This podcast absolutely, unequivocally, positively, 100% contains adult material. Mature audiences only, please.
Hey, welcome to Me and Mrs. Always Right. I'm your host, Me.
And I'm Mrs. Always Right.
And we're bringing you the ADHD of podcasting from that little trailer park in Providence Village, Texas.
Yes.
Baby, take it away. I still had to look over there and see where we were from.
It's fine. I'm just going to read what it says from Wikipedia. Providence Village is a new town in Denton County.
It's a new town?
It's a new town, and it was composed largely of a master planned community.
Huh.
I know. And as of the 2010 census, it still had not been incorporated yet. So it's actually listed as a census designated place. And the population in 2020 was about 7,691 people.
Is this one of those make a city to drink cities?
I mean, it probably was, but I don't think that that's what it was. It was probably just someplace out in the boondocks. They started building houses and people started moving, and there's a lot of people there. And they're like, well, I guess we need to make it something. So that's what they're doing.
So we went camping this weekend and riding again real quick. And I just want to bring this up because it was fucking muddy and it was dirty and it was awful. Not awful. It was fun, but it was dirty.
Oh, it was very, very dirty.
But
after
we got caught.
It rained.
We went up to Turner Falls and we got caught in a rainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one time the one time Shody takes off his windshield. Oh my God. That dude was soaking fucking wet.
Everybody. Okay. Now we tried to prepare, not really, but we did have our rain suits with us, pants and jackets or whatever.
Thanks,
right?
Amazon.
I know. Yeah, appreciate that. By the time it started raining and we started putting that stuff on, our butts were already soaking wet. So we didn't put the pants on, but we put the jackets on, but we still got soaked. And we had a windshield.
I know. And driving back from Turner Falls to camp in the rain, I could not see shit.
I couldn't either.
And we hit one water puddle and it just soaked the fucking entire side by side. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
I mean, I had a good time. Happy birthday, Shody.
Oh, yes. Now, by the time this comes out, it'll be after his birthday, but happy birthday.
Just so he knows we're thinking of him. But please don't sing. Please don't sing.
You don't like my singing voice?
I don't like anything you do.
I know. Hey, you know what? In about 15 minutes, you'll enjoy and love everything I do.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying somebody could or could not have indulged.
Nope.
And you were trying to actually kill me this weekend.
No.
Yes, you were. Yes.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically.
Okay, because nobody engages in stuff they shouldn't do.
No. But apparently we were moving stuff around in and out of the truck, and I happened to I was putting the side-by-side key in the truck. Is that correct? Is that what I was doing? I was doing something. And
I wasn't there. I was doing something else.
You were there, but anyway, I noticed a package of candy in the door, and I was like, this motherfucker holding out.
Are you trying to get me fired?
And no, I mean, it was empty, I'm sure.
No, it wasn't.
Shut up. Play along. God damn.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically, it looked like candy. I thought it was a bag of candy. And
it was a bag of candy.
And you, exactly. But you got lucky I didn't eat your candy. I wanted to eat all of it. I would have opened the bag and ate all of the candy.
That would have been great.
No, it would have been great for you.
Yes.
You and you alone.
Absolutely.
I probably would not be the same person I am right now.
You would be over it already.
You don't know that. You don't know me.
I do.
You don't know me.
I know. I know you would have been fucked up. That's what I know. Yeah. I know you would have probably went into some kind of spazzy I'm fucking dying routine.
Probably. I mean, it is possible.
I guess.
You know what? You know what y'all should have done? Listen, just hear me out on this.
Sure.
Okay, so apparently at our campsite, there was a little raccoon that showed up every day. A fat raccoon that turned on Shody's lights, right? His rock lights.
Yes.
You thought it was the rain, and I mean, we all just went with that till somebody said, "No, I've seen a raccoon in there."
No, he saw footprints. He saw the raccoon footprints in his side by side.
Or did somebody? Well, okay. So yes, somehow or another, we figured out
I was
it
there.
Was the
I know
raccoon.
exactly. I know what happened.
No, you were not.
No.
there.
Shody said,
I think it was the other couple. When they pulled up, they said something about seeing the raccoon in there.
"No, baby."
Okay, well, whatever.
Did you have any of that candy, or could you...
I mean, I might have ate all of it. I don't know.
No, he went over to a side by side and he saw the fucking raccoon prints in there, and I'm like, oh, it had to have been the raccoon.
It makes more sense than the rain or
well,
the hell. Yeah.
Oh, it did. He said it did help, but I don't remember hearing it.
Yeah, I might have heard it, but I know
I
I
was asleep in
definitely
the back
heard
of
the
the truck.
rain. I know.
No, I was in the front of the
You
truck.
were
when
in
it
the
was
front of
raining.
the truck, yes. But
So
I
the
definitely
front seat of the truck is definitely not the place to sleep.
not for you, right?
No, I am way too tall. The seat does not go back far enough.
But it would have been funny had y'all left the little raccoon some of your candy, because then, oh my God, the video would have been hilarious.
I'm afraid it would have been
It probably
something
would have
along the
killed him.
lines of Cocaine Bear. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Where
yeah.
the raccoon just starts mauling us, because
Yeah. And then I could have filmed it from inside the truck, because that's where I was at.
that's what you
safe
would
and
have done
sound.
is fucking filmed it from inside the truck
That way
while
everybody
we're
can-
dying by a fucking raccoon.
You know what? That way I have proof that I did not kill anybody. It was this raccoon.
Thanks for coming to save me, baby.
Yes. Well, I would have saved you after he left. I'm not going to come out there and we'll all die.
Take one for the team.
Oh, well, okay. I want to hear more stories about your mean grandma. I'm just saying. Because mean grandma sounds like a fucking hoot. I'm just saying.
No, that was not a good time in my life, okay?
How often did y'all see mean grandma?
All the fucking time.
Did you really? Now, she lived by you. Is this about the
No,
same
we
time that
lived-
you stole a car, your mom's car?
Really?
I'm just asking. Did you live by mean grandma
I lived
then?
a block away, yes.
You didn't drive to mean grandma's house. Let grandma.
No, I
fuck
stayed
you.
Fuck that. Stayed away from that block. That's funny, huh?
Yeah, I think it's funny.
I might have told this story, but for essence of new listeners, okay, it's fine. It's
What?
fine.
What?
I'm gonna tell the fucking story again. Shut your mouth.
What story?
The still in the car.
Oh, okay.
Because you want to hear it.
I want to hear mean grandma stories. That's what I want to
I
hear.
try to stay
But
away from her, man. I'm emotionally damaged.
now she's passed on. Am I correct in assuming that, right?
No, she's 175 and still living.
No, I mean, I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay,
She's
okay.
gone. He's gone.
Okay. So mean grandparents are gone. It was mean grandma, but grandpa was okay.
He was cool.
Okay.
Except when he had to come get me out of jail.
Grandpa come got you out of jail?
It's all related to this story if you give me a minute. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, I want to hear this.
Oh.
Now, was mean grandma still alive
Yes.
at this time?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Did he tell mean grandma? Do you know?
I mean, she was there.
oh, mean grandma come with him to come get you?
but it was a block from her house in a small town. Everybody knew what happened.
Oh, he got you from jail?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all about the story.
Are you
Go
sure?
ahead. Yes. I might interrupt because I
you
have
keep
so
like
many
talking,
questions.
and I'm just wondering.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
so my mom gets separated from one of my paws. Okay. You want me to start in chapter 1, right? Okay, I'm just. Wow, that wasn't even funny.
I love your storytelling. Paw. Ma and Paw.
Well, mom, paw, right? So
Okay.
she's had enough of Paul number 3, okay?
Okay.
And she gets a house a block away from my mean grandma. All right.
Okay.
I'm assuming there was some kind of help there involved.
Probably.
But
Yes.
none of my business, okay?
Right. You're young, right? How old are you about this time?
Somewhere between 11 and 12.
Okay.
Okay. We didn't have the nicest of cars. And I'm sure this was helped too. So we had a 1973 Dookie Brown Ford Maverick 4-door, okay?
Okay.
And we lived in this house. And my mom had a lunch date. I don't know if it was with the potential new Paul or the old Paul. I don't know what the fuck it was. I just know she wasn't in the house.
Okay. She was gone.
Yes, it was the beginning of summer. I was bored. I went into her room. And lo and behold, right there on the dresser is the fucking car keys. Sweet. And I'm like, I can drive, right? I can do this.
I mean, at that age, you think you can do everything.
Sure.
Yes.
My little sister's there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, let's go for a ride. Let's go do something. Let's have some fun. Let's live.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember her trying to talk me out of it, which probably wouldn't have mattered anyway. But she got in the fucking car, and I got in the fucking car, and I started it up, and it was like, hell yeah.
Did you put her seatbelt on? I know seatbelts
No, she was standing up in the
thing.
fucking seat.
Okay.
She was little.
Okay. I got you.
I was 11, 12. She was probably 8-ish.
Okay.
7-ish, 8-ish. Right now.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Apparently not, to the point where something happens, she dies. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I back the car out.
Mm-hmm.
And I start driving this car around the block.
Okay.
And everybody's staring at me. It's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yo, what's up? What's up? Right? Peace. She's standing up. I go around the block. I make it around once.
Uh-huh.
Go around, make it around the block twice.
Nice.
Coming back to the third time, I'm like, it's probably time to put the car up, but I'm getting ballsy, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm speeding
Not
and
stopping at the
swerving.
stop signs, are you?
No, I cut a right turn, right at our house. I was in front of our house. You had to turn right on the street to get to the driveway, okay? I slammed this thing right, and this motorcycle came out of nowhere, or I didn't look. One of the two. Okay.
Could have been either one.
I mean, it could have been, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I hit this guy. And this guy gets thrown across the neighbor's yard into their house. It breaks his fucking arm.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Did he have a helmet on? Do you remember?
No, nobody wore a helmet back in the fucking 80s, man.
I'm just asking.
Was it 80s?
I mean, if you're 10 or 11, yes.
It's probably,
it's
early 80s, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Probably around 83.
Okay.
Ish, maybe.
Wow.
I drive through the yard in a panic.
Mm-hmm.
And get this thing in the driveway, okay? Somehow got it straight. I don't know how. This dude's picking up his broken ass fucking motorcycle with his broken ass fucking arm.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, I got you, okay? I know where my mother's checkbook is.
Oh,
no problem.
I'll got all the answers right there. All the answers.
I knew where it was. I'm like, dude, I got you. I'll write you a check for any amount. Okay, any amount if you just keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, this paper does not have to be connected to money.
Didn't know that.
Exactly.
All right,
I
knew how to drive.
Those checks, you're good with the world.
I knew how to drive. I didn't know how to bank. Okay, it was was a lesson I haven't got to in life yet.
No, I get it because all kids think. I mean, we didn't always have money for fun stuff or whatever. And the kids are like, oh, Mom, I want. And I'm like, well, we ain't got no money, but you got a checkbook.
Right.
Well, I ain't got no money to back up the check.
Right. Or credit cards or whatever. You don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this dude wasn't going for any of that. He's like, no, I think I'm going to have to call the cops. And I'm like, fuck. Okay.
Shit.
So I take my ass in the house.
Uh-huh.
Get a paper sack, throw some clothes in there, and I am gone. Gone. Told my sister I'll never see you again. You
run away. Out. At least you brought her back in the house.
I think she took herself in the house because I don't remember anything that happened with her after that. I was definitely interested in saving my own ass.
Okay. Yes.
She was breathing, and that's all I knew.
Right. Okay.
I book it, man. Well, about 10 hours later, I'm at a friend's house. People are apparently looking for me all over.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, she's like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just here to stay the night with, I can't even remember the dude's name. Somewhere in that 10 hours, she found out I was a wanted man. All right.
The kid's mom.
Yes.
Okay.
And
probably because your mom said, called up, because that's how us parents did it back then.
I don't even know if she knew where I was, but
it doesn't matter. I mean, we know all your friends, so we're going to start calling all the mamas and go, hey, have you seen my little heathen child? Oh, yeah, he's over here playing with little Johnny, telling jokes. And you're like, okay, well, tell little Johnny his friend is in trouble.
Trouble is, I would have taken trouble. Okay. I was in fucking Schitt's Creek is where I was.
Oh, I bet.
I can't remember exactly how I wound up. If I left there and the cops picked me up or the cops picked me up from there, I can't remember. But apparently this cop picked me up and I wasn't having any of that. And I kicked that bitch right in the shin.
You did not.
That's the story. I don't really recall that part.
No, really?
But that's what she says. Okay, so that's what got back to my grandpa.
Oh,
so I get taken in.
What a fucking shit you were.
You don't understand the concept of money, cops, cars, life in general. To be honest with you, at 12.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true. You
consequences. You don't know, right?
Definitely.
My grandfather, the mean grandma's husband, comes and gets me out of jail. Only time that man's ever whooped my ass was that day. Okay. My mom ended up having to settle. They had to settle and pay the guy, whatever.
Right.
I get in a shit ton of trouble. I get
imagine.
grounded to my yard. I can't leave for the summer.
Well, you know what? That's pretty good then.
Yeah, no problem.
Pretty fucking good.
I am bored in my yard. All right. We have a tree in our front yard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm going to build a little perch up here so I can just sit up here and watch what's going on all summer. Okay. I found a board, but I didn't have nails. I found rope. Okay.
Well,
and I'm telling myself that I can tie this board in between two branches that Y off.
Yeah.
V off.
I mean, it sounds logical
and
so
have a
far.
place to sit.
Yes.
So I climb up in that tree with that board and that rope. I tie that shit down. And I'm like, yeah, it's time to test. And I plant my ass and that board went right through. I fell out of that tree.
Oh, no.
I landed on my chest and my arm was under me to a point it bent my wrist up.
Yes.
I ended up fracturing my wrist. Okay.
Been there, done that. I did it out of a tree too.
And I ran in and told my mom, well, she didn't care.
She cared, but she was busy being
pissed.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah,
but this was a couple of weeks after this. You know, some time had passed, right?
Right.
Well, she just thought I'd like hurt myself. I don't think she understood the extent of it.
Right.
You know, so I went on about my summer, and about 3 or 4 days later, we're at my mean grandma's. I'm swimming. My arm's hurting like a motherfucker.
You got to go swimming while you're grounded. Your mom was really cool.
I mean,
think about it.
Okay. Are you going to take me with you or leave me at home knowing the type of trouble I am bound to get into?
No, I'm taking you to mean grandma's.
Right. Thank you.
I'm taking you to mean grandma's.
Appreciate it, right?
Yes.
So I figured her being able to keep an eye on me was better than coming back in the house being burnt to the ground.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Where was I? All right. So about this time during the summer, my other grandma comes and picks me up.
Okay. Nice grandma.
Crazy grandma.
Okay. Crazy grandma.
Crazy grandma.
Okay. Crazy grandma.
Comes and picks me up and we go and I'm telling her that my fucking arm hurts, right? It hurts. So they take me to the emergency room. She takes me to the emergency room, comes out, my fucking wrist is fractured. And they put me in a full arm cast, right?
All the way up to here.
From wrist to right under the fucking armpit, right? For a fractured wrist. I couldn't get lucky enough to get the little, half cast.
Right. Here. Yeah. I've had that.
So now I'm in this fiberglass cast during the summer, okay? And growing up in South Houston, you got all these bayous and shit around you. Well, we knew where this old railroad track bridge was. The old, it lifted up and down.
Oh,
and we would all go jump in and swim, okay? So we go out there, and I'm like, I can't swim. I got this cast on. And my friends are like, no, it's fiberglass. You're fine. Okay, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And I jump, and I go swim. Well, this thing started stinking because of all the fucking wrapping and stuff in there.
Yeah.
And it comes about the time to take the cast off. Where am I at?
You're jumping in the bayou.
Yeah.
You're getting all nasty
so it's nasty
critters
anyway.
in your cast.
And now it comes time, about 6 weeks later, I'm getting this cast off. We ever had a cast?
Yes.
You ever seen the pizza cutter they take it off with?
Yes.
All right.
Scared to hell. I thought I was
scared the shit.
so afraid they were going to cut my arm.
No, it scared the shit out of me too. I was afraid of the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it won't even touch you.
He's
a
some
lying.
kind of guard.
No, he's a lying motherfucker because it hit me.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
If I'll find the scar, it's
you
tiny
have a
now.
scar
From it. Yeah, it's tiny now.
Oh my God.
But it hit me, and he's like, yeah, whoops, shit happens. Basically. You know,
it's like, bitch, now I need stitches.
And then after that summer is when we moved out of that area up to where I live now. But yeah, stole that fucking car.
You're such a bad kid.
I was a bad kid.
I had a cast a few times myself on my arms, and the first one I got, I fell out of a tree. It was right before I started kindergarten. So I was like 5 years old. I remember it was my right arm because I'm right-handed, right? We were at my aunt's house, my aunt and uncle's house that used to live not far from us at all. I can't remember exactly where the house is. I kind of know, but not really. I don't know how to describe it. Doesn't matter. So we're out there playing, having a good time, and I end up falling out of a tree. Same thing, fell on my wrist, you know.
Oh, yeah?
And went in, and, you know, of course, I was crying like a little bitch, and because I was 5, I didn't know any better. And my parents ended up taking me to the hospital. It turns out I stayed the night at the hospital, and they actually had to put me to sleep. I didn't get screws or anything in my wrist, but they had to put me to sleep to reset it and everything and get it cast, and I had to cast all the way up my arm. You? Yeah, for, you know, and then I started kindergarten and I couldn't write, right? Because, you know, you got this fucking cast and you went all the way out to the ends of my fingers. And so you can't hold a pencil or anything like that. So I had to write left-handed.
Fortunately, mine was during the summer. I didn't have to do any schoolwork.
Well, mine was right. I mean, it was during the summer when it happened, but close enough that school was fixing to start that I started with a cast on my arm. But I learned for a long time I could write left-handed or right-handed.
You do what you got to do, right?
No, I mean, we're talking even years after that.
Oh, really?
I could write left or right-handed. I probably can't do it now, but I could then.
Can you do other things left-handed?
I can blow my nose with my left hand.
That's not what I'm talking about.
And hold a water bottle.
Not what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but...
Can you hold a meat sickle?
No, I can't. No, I can't even do that right-handed. Are you kidding me?
So you say they put you to sleep to reset your arm.
Yes.
I got put in a papoose when I had to get stitches over my head.
That fucking broke my heart the first time I seen a little kid in a papoose. It was one of my kids, too.
Was it?
I was crying just because they were crying because they were very, very upset. Why?
Crying like that.
Because I couldn't do anything for her.
Oh.
But then it was explained to me, you know, that she could breathe because she kept telling me she couldn't breathe.
Oh.
She was like, I can't. She was crying. She had a very traumatic experience, and she was crying and trying to tell me she couldn't breathe because they wrapped her in this papoose for the plastic surgeon and everything.
Oh, this was for the finger.
Yes.
Yeah.
And anyway, she's crying and telling me she couldn't breathe, and that it makes me sad. And I'm like, my fucking baby can't breathe, you know? She could. And they're like, if she's telling you she can't breathe, she's breathing. Yeah, I didn't understand it, but eventually they gave her some night juice, and she went to sleep, and she quit her crying, and
that.
You know. But yeah, that little papoose thing. None of my kids had ever had anything like that till the baby, and I was just like, "Oh, holy shit!" Oh my God, broke my heart.
Oh,
so you had to be in a papoose.
Okay, I've been waiting to tell this story. I mean, I just started.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I was at Crazy Grandma's one time, right?
Okay.
And I had a friend that lived about 4 houses down.
Uh-huh.
And there was this tricycle, but I was way too big to ride a tricycle.
You're never too big to ride a tricycle.
Well, not from the back, right? You can stand on it and push it.
Yeah.
I was pushing this motherfucker down the sidewalk. I was running about 37 miles an hour. And they had a boat in the driveway, okay? And I come into his driveway, and I hung a hard left. But that threw me into that boat, and I hit the edge of that boat right on my eyebrow. Okay.
Oh no!
And it burst. It cut it, and it burst open. Man.
Oh yeah.
I was freaking out, man. I was bleeding like fucking Freddy Krueger had cut me open. I ran home, and fucking crazy grandma had to take me to the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
now, how old are you about this time?
Probably close to like 6 or 7. I was pretty young.
Okay,
right? Maybe 8. I don't know. I don't date stamp my tragedies. Okay, I don't know. It's not the way my brain works. Okay. They take me to the emergency room. We're in there. They got me on the table. They're trying to give me stitches, but they got the fucking light right over my head.
Right.
So every time they move, I block the light out like this, and they're like, "You got to stop doing that." I'm like, "I'm blind. I can't fucking see."
Exactly. Close your eyes, dummy.
Well, I can't. I'm the look guy. I got to see the needle coming. I can't not look. Okay.
Okay.
And they're like, "Well, the next time we're going to strap you down." And I didn't believe them.
It's funny how you don't believe people when they tell you they're going to do something.
Shit.
Okay.
I threw that hand up there, and they're like, "All right, here it goes." I was wrapped up in that. I could not move. I didn't do the crying, I can't breathe thing. But I'm trying to wiggle. It's like being in a fucking straitjacket. You're trying to wiggle out. You're like, ooh. It's like, now I know how that caterpillar feels, man. It's like, fuck.
You're a caterpillar.
Yeah, you just stuck in your cocoon, you know? Can't fucking move.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my god.
And then the only other major injury I really had as a kid was I crushed the tip of my ring finger off on my right hand.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an experience. I was at the babysitters. We were at the babysitters, and they had a broken stair rail. Okay. The stairs go up, and the top post was missing. So it was just like a 2x4 on the back rail. Well, I figured that I learned that I could sit on it, and I could pretend I was a horse, and the horse would rear up, you know, and that's when I do like the hi-ho silver thing. Except I went to rear up on this horse, and I had my hand behind me because I was throwing my arm up in the air. Right. I'm like, I'm a cowboy. And then I reached back and I heard crunch. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I didn't say what the fuck it ain't, but you know, when I was a kid. But then I couldn't pull my right hand out from under me. And
that's because you're sitting on it.
Well,
I
didn't know that. Okay.
And the pain hadn't registered to your brain yet.
No.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, what? And I raised up.
How old are you?
Kid-ish. First grade-ish. Okay. I move forward, I pull my hand out, and I look, and right when I saw it, the tip of my ring finger was dangling just by a piece of skin here. You can see the bone and all that shit in there.
Oh, wow.
I freaked the fuck out.
I bet.
I ran down like I am fucking dying, okay? I am screaming. They're screaming. I'm freaking out. My finger's just doing its own fucking thing.
Oh, my God.
So they call my mom. And I'm like, man, my poor mama has had to put up with so much bullshit.
Yeah, she has.
Okay. And so this was back when, you know, people, if you didn't have insurance, they weren't taking you. Okay. If you couldn't pay for it. So we went to like 15 fucking doctors. Okay.
Holy
and they
shit.
kept turning me away. And who turns away a kid with a crushed finger?
Yeah.
We get to this one doctor, and he's like, yeah, we'll work something out. And I'm like, cool. By this time, man, I'm calmed down.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I'm calmed down. It's really not hurting that bad. It's just I'm holding it, you know, wrapped up in a rag or something.
Right.
So he goes to give me stitches. And he starts to give me the lidocaine, and it fucking hurt just as bad as I crushed it. I was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
I was screaming, and he's like, man, we're going to have to, you know, so she told him, like, we're going to have to put you under. Okay. Whatever he had put me on had to been the coolest shit, because I remember vividly looking at him over, working on my hand, and me wiggling my bones. Okay. There was just like a skeleton hand there. Those are some cool fucking drugs, man.
They are cool drugs.
But yeah, that was probably my worst injury until the motorcycle accident where I broke my collarbone. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well, lucky you.
Was it?
Yeah. Dude. My parents saved up every year. I am not lying. Saved up every year when I was a kid, because for one reason or another, I was going to the hospital for something.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. broken arm, needing stitches. I was going to the hospital.
Wow.
I have broke both my arms twice.
No shit.
This one twice and this one twice. I've had more stitches than, I can't even count. Every year I went to the hospital for something.
Outside of fracturing my wrist, when I had the motorcycle wreck and broke my collarbone, what was like 38, 40 around there? That's the first bone I ever broke in my life.
Well,
not from lack of trying.
Not if you fractured your wrist or whatever.
That's a fracture, not a break.
Yeah, well.
Right? It just fractured it. It didn't break it. It just cracked the bone, Okay. The collarbone snapped right off.
Right. Well, snapped in two. No,
it didn't snap in two because right where it broke right where it connects to your clavicle, your shoulder, and it broke right there.
Oh.
So it really wasn't in two pieces. It was just broke right there at the edge where I landed on my shoulder.
Right.
And that was, I didn't feel it break during the accident. They
really say most of the time, people that break their collarbones, they don't know it because I guess.
Oh, I knew it because I couldn't move my fucking arm.
Right, but other than that, it doesn't hurt when you break it like it does normal.
But it hurts when you're trying to sleep at night after it for the next 7 days.
Yeah,
I had to sleep sitting up. Yeah, I couldn't lay down. That was painful.
Yeah.
Didn't miss a fucking day of work. I missed the one day of work I missed was the day I had the accident. And just like you're talking about left-handed, I had to go to work. I learned to run a mouse left-handed. I learned to write left-handed. Yeah, I had to learn to do all that shit left-handed.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yep.
So other than stitches in your finger, have you ever had stitches? No?
Yeah, in my eye. In my finger.
Oh yeah, in your eye and finger.
I had to go, when you worked at the doctor's office, I had to get stitches right here.
That's right.
Remember? Because when I cut my hand open at work and I wouldn't tell them.
Yeah.
And I had to go get stitches.
I do remember that. Yes.
I had to get one stitch and one finger over one cut. And this was at a job, and he's like, "Yeah, you got to go to the emergency room." I'm like, "It was a scratch, is what it was."
I can probably put a Band-Aid on it and put it back
if it was
together.
me, I would have fucking put a paper towel and a piece of tape over it and went. Okay,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got my hand stitched at work that time if it wasn't so fucking deep. But he had to stitch the inside of it. That's how deep that was, and I'm like, "Yeah, that one's probably going to need stitches."
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my medical history in a nutshell.
Nice. Very, very nice. Yeah.
All right.
It is. I enjoyed that. And I know you got more stories about
I do, but it's time to go. Okay. And I got to go clean this wreck of a fucking show up.
You always say that.
Well, there's a lot of space in the beginning. I got to fix.
Okay.
Because we don't have a plan.
We never have a plan.
I know,
that's
why this show sucks.
I don't think this show sucks. I think this show is funny.
Oh.
And you make it wonderful. You make it sound like we never pause or anything. You're a great editor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You should try it sometime.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at meandmrsAlwaysright@gmail.com. All complaints go to Trevor the intern.
Yes. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
You did good not counting on your fingers that time.
I was, but you couldn't see them. No, I really wasn't.
Help support this podcast by becoming a Patreon member at Patreon/MeandMrsAlwaysRight, where you get pre- and post-show content right along with unedited episodes.
Awesome. Look at you.
All right. Well, I love you.
I love you too, honey.
All right. You have a good day.
You too. Is it bedtime yet?
No, I got to work.
Oh. Okay.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Merle.